inner dimensional travel, unity travel, over unity, inner unity, community. Let's build some over unity devices, meaning excess energy. So how does interdimensional travel actually work? How do the ETs, the star families come? How do ascended masters, how do the Davic kingdoms, the nature kingdoms exist? Do they travel millions of light years across space-time to get here? Not really, because once you're in unity, once you've come into unity, you are everywhere. Read Yogananda's chapter, An Experience in Cosmic Consciousness, in his book, Autobiography of a Yogi. He talks about expanding to the outer reaches of the cosmos. And from there, you are omnipresent. If you do some basic meditation, Shiva Yoga meditations, sometimes you'll feel, oh, I'm 30 feet tall, or I'm getting bigger. That happened to me right away when I started doing that 25 years ago. But you got to do it a little bit. You know, you can't go, oh, well, I just want to be able to take the magic pill. It's not going to happen that way. You got to do it. Then you're expanding. Well, imagine expanding across the cosmos. That's oneness. That's unity, you know? That's the 0 point, omnipresent everywhere all the time, including all time. You just locate in the loka, Tibetan Sanskrit word, the loka, where we get the word location from. Also, you know, loco, crazy. Right? If you expand too fast, you're apt to go crazy. You feel a point, time, space. You feel a point in space, time, or time, space. Invert it, flip it out. Imagine an inside-out sock of space, time. It's hard to do for the 3D mind. And then you coalesce your 0 point into that spot. And then your body, right? And you flesh and there you are. And Jesus materialized in front of you. So it's not you travel millions of feet like NASA's trying to figure out and how to put your astronaut. You suck, Sprint. You suck, Sprint. I'm sitting at my house. Anyway, so it's more, imagine taking layers, super thin, non-space layers, meaning they have no thickness to them. And you compact them into a 0 point. And there you choose a loka, a location to where your attention goes, and there you, like pouring a pitcher of water sort of, but it's cosmic life force energy, and there you coalesce into a form. That's how the masters do it. That's how, when I lay down, and you can all do this, and you all do it in your dreams. I'm nothing special. I'm just a human going through this stuff. But once you start getting tuned into it, your heart and your belly are very helpful as dials to do this. Your mind is third, if anything, the third eye. Don't worship the pineal gland. It's bullshit. You just turn into a psycho-psychic. Lots of them around. I'm psychic and an empath. Yeah, well, get grounded, motherfucker. Did I say that? See, stop. Don't be so harsh, Tobias. So when I'm laying it down, and in the corner often of the room, there'll be a vesica Pisces, or like a little slit or an opening, right? And there you can see the concentric energy. Sometimes you'll see them through your third eye when you meditate too. Let's start pouring in. That's an opening from another dimension. Now you want to be careful with this and include your heart and your belly, because just opening to other dimensions, there's lots of other dimensions, some of them not so healthy, some of them very parasitic, succubuses and incubuses and demons for sure. And if you're not ready to handle those, you're going to, take a long detour having to clear them out. Which I did a little bit this last year. I'm dealing with some ancient void beasts, and it's all me. I'm not blaming it on anyone. It's just me and my little thinking I could run a little faster than I should. and I don't recommend it. So the dimensions are right here. That's why Jesus or God or Yogananda or Babaji or Sai Baba, whoever you believe in, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, etc., Medicine Cloud, Native Americans, whatever, they're right here. They're right here. Actually, they're more in here, in your heart, in your beingness, in your spinal column than you are, most likely. Because if you're a master, if you're listening to this, then please help me. Right? So the dimensional travel is inward travel. In my book that I wrote 15 years ago, still selling, it's because, when you write topics like this, they're beyond space-time. It's not topical. It doesn't matter what time it's written. Chapter in there, I talk about, the final frontier is obviously not outer space. It's inner space. And now we're all getting that. So if you drop into inner space, into your inner river of life, your spinal column, all of a sudden, you'll be able to dimensionally travel. In one of the medicine ceremonies I did, Buddha showed up one time, and he was sitting on 7 lower worlds and 7 upper worlds. He was right in the middle, like in the hourglass. He was right in the middle there. But he was like a sun, and every ray coming off the sun was a potential place where he could materialize a body if he wanted to. They hardly ever do. Once you're awake like that, you operate much more efficiently outside of 3D. You operate in at least 5, 6D, and usually, in my understanding. It's a lot more efficient than trying to operate here. It's super slow. So dimensional travel is not out there somewhere, it's in here. And then you can all of a sudden learn to bilocate, trilocate, quadruple locate. Like Jesus is meeting with, I don't know how many thousands of people today, so is Shiva. Shiva's meeting with people across the galaxy right now, millions, right now. More conscious in each place than we are in our little bodies right now. Now we have the seed of that in us, We are God seeds. Each human is a God seed. That's why it's a big deal, Earth. There's other places where they're not God seeds, they're beings, but they're not able to become avatars. We are, believe it or not. Earth humans are going to turn out to be the newest model for the galaxy. Not only Earth, there's other places. But that's why there's such a battle on Earth right now between denial, suppression, ownership, shutdown, and awakening of the gods. Don't you know that ye are gods? All masters tell you. Jesus, they didn't take it out of the Bible. They must have fucked up at the Council of Nicaea and forgot to take it out, right? Or someone put it back in, right? So the dimensions are right here, right now. That's why eventually you learn there's nowhere to travel except here and now. And then you literally, I've got a chapter about that in my book too, about multiple bodies, where I talk about my mother experiencing me in multiple places, and my first wife would be in multiple places. She'd be in Beverly Hills at the same time as she's here in Arizona. And people would see her and hear her and touch her. And I don't know if she remembers that now, because often we go amnesic. There's a chapter in the book about a real story. I have a picture of a crystal in there that she materialized or gave to someone when she was in her other body. These are real stories. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're just not aware of it very much. Or you have a dream. I've had one dream in this room right over here in this little house, where I spent 10 minutes in 2 places at once. I was on some planet in some other part of the galaxy. I had a family, a wife. I had some floating ship thing. It looked like a silver Mercedes-Benz. That's what my human mind made it into. But it floated. Some wooden, beautiful house. I was there. I woke Joey up and said, honey, I'm in 2 places. I wanted to ground it in this reality, so I didn't think, oh, that was just a dream. So dimensional travel is real. The fairy circles, that's when you're popping in and out of other dimensions with the fairies and stuff like that. Very, very real. So dimensional travel is that compression. The 0 point compresses all dimensions. And when you're part of that, you have infinite gravity and infinite size. These are Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, the chapter on powers, or effects that happen. He explains it very clearly, very clinically. You can become unlimited size and infinitely small. You can, float, walk on water, all that stuff. That's just normal powers of humans. We've been carefully trained. No, you piece of shit sinner. You're not allowed to do that stuff. You shouldn't even think about it, right? That's because the archonic controller gods, 300,000 years ago, that came in and genetically crashed our DNAs from a 12-strand into a 2-strand and crashed our chakras. It's like you cut the wings off a bird. That's what happened to us. Not everyone, but some of the humans that are still around as souls today. It's a long story. It's many, many tribes, many different cultures from around the galaxy on Earth. There's not just one human from Mesopotamia or anything like that. So, if you want interdimensional travel, you got to get centered. The more centered into your private own spinal column 0 point you get, the more the vistas, be able to view and be and feel, and eventually you'll be able to consciously travel to other parts. That's what the masters do all the time. They do with me. They don't bother with it. I've had them materialize a few times, and I'm not special. I'm a ridiculous. Grew up in Sweden, atheist, totally till I was 13. Lived in little prep schools and stuff, New England, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Very nice, all that. Yale, going to go to Yale. I finally said, no, I can't deal with that. It's going to lose my soul totally. And all that. But, so I recommend the innerbodyawakening.com. It's an ancient Shiva technique that Shiva showed me, I realized later. At the time, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. Let's do this. Later, I realized it was him. And then people would share with me and say, that's like Nidra Yoga. I go, I had never heard of it. I looked it up. I go, yeah, it's very similar. Wow, nothing new under the sun, Anyway, dimensions are right here. You're the crossroads of the universe. You are the 0 point. You are the omnipresent God point, source point. You are. Your spinal column and the human the human soul system is one of the most sought after battery energy devices, a la the Matrix, in the universe, in this universe. You have incredible power. You can honestly say one little tip of your pinky has so much power in it, you could run the city of Chicago's electricity for a year. Probably more than that. You have infinite amount of power. Infinite amount of power. It's unbelievable. Convinced. There's the sun every day going, hey, you think there's a power shortage? Effervescing like 100 million hydrogen bombs at once, except benevolently. So are you. We're stars, literally. Why do you think you call celebrities stars? Because they are. We're all stars. The sun is a soul like you and me that became a sun, an ascended master sun. They have personalities. Every star has a different personality. They're also stargates because they travel instantly beyond the speed of light. The speed of light is super slow. Consciousness is instant. Speed of light is super slow, thank God, because otherwise artificial intelligence could travel instantly across the galaxy. Luckily, artificial intelligence is bound by the speed of light, which gives us a few million years to avoid getting taken over by the Borg, as an aside. Dimensions are here, right? You are an instant master of instant travel across space-time. You are beyond space-time, and each one of your chakras is a center black hole, white hole, both a creator and an absorber void, an effulger creator of universes and an absorber of universes, because you can create realities. It's fucking overwhelming. But it's time we start practicing it. At least I'm into it. I got enough knowledge. I've been staying on the knowledge of knowing, on the ledge of knowing. I'm ready to jump in a little bit to the pool, maybe the shallow end. I'm not ready to go like expand myself totally. It scared me a little bit. Thank you, ayahuasca. Fuck. The one time I got freaked out first doing ayahuasca was when she expanded me across the galaxy. I felt terror. I said, oh no, stop, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Then she had a lesson for me. She said, Tobias, how do you think it feels when you're trying to expand people faster than they're ready for? Mea culpa, me guilty. This whole last year I've been getting spanked about that. So if you think I'm a nutcase, thank you. Please turn me off. Thank you. I will not try to con and convince you into anything. But play with that thought, that seed thought, if you're interested. Dimensions are right here, right now. Your past and your future and all your other aspects. Yogananda used to say it too. He said, you can read books at the library, or you can go there and live in Shakespeare's body and feel it, be it. That's what God does, Source does, and those that have merged with God, I and my Father, I and my Mother are one. They be it. They don't read about it. It's a lot more effective. You don't need to pay for the internet. You have the inner net, not the internet. It's coming. The internet is a reflection of, for us, that we're all connected, in my opinion. All right, much love. The dimensions are happening right here, right now. Your attention, where you place your foci, your focus, that's what you create. The inner body awakening is a great way to learn to get in touch with those things. I'm excited about learning to instantly bilocate. I'm tired of driving places. That's bullshit. Flying? Come on. Anybody like going to the airport anymore? Ugh. Sucks. Wouldn't you rather just let everyone believe you arrived on the airplane, but you actually stayed home, you know, and then you just about instantly located over there with your luggage and the taxi picked you up, or you have the taxi drop you off wherever you're going so you don't freak out the humans? That's what masters and angels do all day long. They adjust to it so you don't freak out. Because if someone materializes in front of you, you'll pass out. 99% of us just go, can't handle it. I've watched it. I've seen God come into the room and people just go, you know, pass out. Me too. I can't handle it. You know? All right. Very good. Much love. Webcast Sundays. We had a really powerful one last week. We had Grace come in the room. I was crying. Other people were crying. It's all done via on the web. On the web. It's on the web, folks. Sorry. German lifetime. I don't want to look at that too much. Okay. Not ready. Anyway. Webcasts on Sundays. Check it out if you're interested. TobiasLars.com. Much love. More later. Ciao.